Hey you guys, it's April. So today I am going to show you how to get this look. It's a traditional smoky eye. I paired it with a nude lip because I thought it was a little bit more appropriate for daytime. Although I am going out tonight, I have my 9-year-old soccer game. So the nude lip kind of makes it a little bit more soccer mom appropriate. Not really sure. But if you have big plans, if you're going to a wedding, or this would actually be perfect for Christmas or any New Year's parties, if you paired it with a red lip, you could do that. Or like I said, you could even do it with a nude lip. I'm actually a big fan of pairing up a really dramatic eye with a nude lip, or vice versa, do a bold lip with very minimal makeup on the eyes. If you want to see more videos like this, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below or click like. Let me know that you like this video. The lighting is a little bit off in parts just because I don't have any fancy equipment right now. I just shoot in natural light with an iPhone, so the sun was coming in and out a little bit, so I apologize, but I hope you like it and keep watching. Thanks, you guys.
Right now, since my tan has faded, I'm going to use two colors to make my foundation. I'm going to mix Unique's Satin, which is good for my tanner months, and Taffeta, which is pretty good for right now. I'm going to mix it up on the back of my hand, and I'm going to use my Sigma flat kabuki brush to blend that out. You want to make sure that you blend by your ears and down your neck too, because there's nothing worse than your neck being a different color than your face. So just be sure to blend that out. See, this is the day before I got my hair colored, so I apologize for all my gray roots showing. I'm going to just blend it out through my nose and then through my T-zone, and I actually did my eyebrows before. That's a new trick that I learned. If you do your brows before you apply your foundation, they actually won't move around and they will stay longer. If you want me to do a full eyebrow tutorial, I will. Just leave it in the comments below and let me know. So moving on to eyes, I am going to start off using Unique's eye primer and just put a little bit on my lid, and I'm going to use my finger to blend that out and let it dry a little bit before applying any more eyeshadow. Next, I'm going to pick up the color Innocent. It is just a matte shadow. It's bone color, and I'm going to use that and just apply it all over my eyelid. This is going to set the primer. It's also great for no matter what shadow colors you're going to lay down on top of it. It just kind of gives you a good clean canvas to work with. I'm going to pick up the color Honorable, and that's from Unique's Addiction Palette 2, and with a fluffy brush, I'm just going to make this as my transition color. I know this brush I got from my Ipsy bag a few months ago. I will link what name the brush is in the description box below. Next, I'm going to pick up Perplexed, which is a darker gray color, and I'm going to put that in my crease. I'm using Unique's crease brush to apply that. And since I have hooded lids, you're going to hear me talk about this a lot, but since I have a hooded lid, my natural crease you can't really see, so I actually apply it a little bit above where my natural crease is, otherwise it just disappears. And whatever product is left on the brush, I'm just going to use underneath my lower lash line, and I'm going to smoke that out a little bit. Next, I'm going to pick up Skeptical, which is a splurge cream shadow by Unique. It's a black glittery color, and I'm going to use the cream shadow brush and just kind of blend that all over my lid. You can use your finger if you want as well. It really doesn't make a difference. And right now, it does not need to be very precise because we're going to go in and smoke it out a little bit more later. But you're just going to want to put that all over your lid and then blend it out with a fluffy brush. You want to get rid of any harsh lines that you may have. I'm just going to go back in and apply a little bit more product. It really depends on how dark you want the smoky eye to be. Now I am actually taking a pigment called Devious, and like I said, I really want to make the smoky eye dark and black, so I'm just going to pat that on. I'm using a Sigma brush. It's an E56 brush, and I'm just going to pack that on, and then you're going to end up blending that out as well, just so you don't have any harsh lines. Next, I'm going going to take a black pencil and I'm going to smudge it underneath my lower lash line. You're just going to want to put it as close as possible, not on the water line right now. And then I'm going to smudge that with a precision brush. And just do this right away so that the liner doesn't have time to set, because otherwise it's not going to smudge well. And again, you don't need this to be very, very precise. You're going for that smoky eye look. I'm going to take that same black pencil and now I'm going to do the waterline. I think really before I just wasn't so sure if I was going to do white or black on the bottom, but since we're going for that smoky eye look, I just really want to smudge it out and just put that black everywhere. And then we're going to also put it on the top waterline and then tight line between the lashes. The reason I do this is, again, since I have hooded eyes, I do not have a ton of lid space on that top. So once you go use the liquid liner, as you see I'm doing here, I can't really do a thick cat eye because then you wouldn't be able to see it. So I'm going to start out just mapping out my wing. Again, with hooded eyes, I use a little bit different technique for doing a winged liner. So I do have a video on that. I will link that below. And you're just going to want to get as close as possible to your top lashes because, again, you don't want to have any space where you want to see any space in between your lashes. You just want to see all black, not your skin color. I'm going to go ahead and put on Younique's 3D Fiber Lash Plus Mascara. I've done a tutorial on this before as well, but if you'd like to see a more detailed one, I can do another one. And just remember, it's gel first, the transplant gel, then the fibers, and then the gel again. Always remember to end with the gel because otherwise you're going to have those black fibers all over your cheeks. I forgot to mention earlier that we're going to finish up our face after we do our eyeshadow. Because we're doing a black smoky eye, you're going to have a lot of fallout. You're going to want to dust anything that you have on your cheeks, dust it off your face, and now we're going to do our concealer. I use a shade lighter to conceal just because I like to kind of use it for highlighting as well as covering up any blemishes. I use Younique's liquid concealer in the color Velour. And I put that all underneath my eyes as well as my chin, my nose, and my forehead. And I'm going to use a dampened blending bud just to buff out any lines, and I'm just going to blend that in. Next, we're going to contour. I am using the color Foxy. It's a mineral concealer. I'm going to put that under my cheekbones, under my chin. I'm also going to dust it on the top of my forehead and by my temples. When I contour my nose, I actually use a shade darker. So I'm going to go ahead and use the mineral concealer in Fierce. And the reason I use a shade darker is just because I have freckles. And the shade that I use for the rest of my face, Foxy, it tends to just blend in with the freckles and you don't really see it. So I'm just going to use a small detailing brush and go down the sides of my nose, underneath the nose, just to give it that lift, and a little bit in the middle as you saw. And I'm just going to use that same blending bud and I'm just going to blend that in. You just don't want it to get too buffed out because then you won't notice anything. The wonderful people at e.l.f. Cosmetics sent over an illuminating palette as well as some other goodies for me to try. So I'm going to use their illuminating palette and I'm just going to use that to highlight. I'm going to dust that on the tops of my cheeks. And I also like to do my Cupid's bow and the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose. then going to go ahead and tap on some blush. I use the color Seductive. It's kind of a reddish brown tone. And I'm going to tap that on. You're going to do that after your contour and your highlight just because it kind of meshes everything together. And after I apply it, I'm going to use a larger brush just to blend that out and just get rid of any harsh lines that I may have. Going to go ahead and warm up my face just a little bit using bronzer in the color Sunset. I'm just going to kind of make it the shape of the number 3 on the side of my face. So you're just again going to do your temples, kind of where you contoured, and underneath your chin. I'm then going to use powder in the color Taffeta just to set everything in place and make sure it doesn't move. So today I did that nude lip. I thought that was going to pair well with the smoky eye. So I am using lip liner in the color Pouty, and I am going to follow that up with the color Luxe as my lip gloss. It's just really the perfect nude lip. If you have any questions about where to purchase any of the unique products, I am going to leave a link in the description box. And if you have any other questions, just leave a comment for me. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.